Parris Island, South Carolina, the United States Marine Corps Recruit Depot, an 8-week college for the phony tough and the crazy brave.
That is not your daddy's shotgun, cowboy. Private Joker is silly and he's ignorant, but he's got guts, and guts is enough. Most of you will go to Vietnam. Some of you will not come back. Cowboy.
Sir, yes, sir.
0300, infantry. Joker.
Sir, yes, sir.
4212, basic military journalism. You think you're Mickey Spillane?
Sir, I wrote for my high school newspaper, sir.
I hate the name, Joker. I want to go out to the field.
You get wasted your first day in the field, and it'd be my fault.
Joker, you will take off that button. How's it gonna look if you get killed wearing a peace symbol?
What is that you've got written on your helmet?
Born to kill, sir.
You write born to kill on your helmet, and you wear a peace button. Don't you love your country?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you jump on the team and come on in for the big win?
I'm squad leader.
Follow anywhere, scumbag.
I need help.
I'm trying to help you, Leonard.
We're not leaving Doc J and 8-Ball out there.
Are those live rounds?
7.62 millimeter. Full metal jacket. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see those girls walk by dressed in their
Today, you people are no longer maggots. Today, you are podcast listeners. You're part of a brotherhood. From now until the day you die, wherever you are, every podcast listener is your brother, and in the rare case, sister. Most of you have listened before. Some of you will not come back. But always remember this. Podcasters talk. That's what we're here for. The podcast lives forever. And that means you live forever. And today, we're taking that podcast back to the world of Stanley Kubrick. I probably said it wrong already. Stanley Kubrick, who gives a shit, as we talk about the 1987 Vietnam-era war film, Full Metal Jacket. But I'm not alone in this fight. No. First up is a man that at 5'4.5" I didn't know they stacked up shit that high. Mr. David Corsetti, how are you doing this evening?
Corsetti.
I'm doing fine, Mikey. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm glad we agree on your height. Next up is a man.
What is Dave drinking?
Yeah. What are you drinking, David?
Drink, Mikey?
I know you're eating a bunch of fucking peanuts, but what are you drinking?
Chico's with pineapple mango. Pretty good.
What is it?
Does it go down smooth like this movie?
Yeah.
No.
Chico's seltzer with pineapple and mango. Two opposite things.
I'm drinking spiked sparkling water with lime.
Nice. Nice.
Mm.
You will find that in the jungles.
You hear the voice of another man. Next up is a man that for $10 and a shot of Pappy Van Winkle will give you everything you want. Mr. Christopher Mars, how are you doing this fine evening?
I am doing well, Michael, and I am drinking a Bia Saigon beer. I am not really. I'm drinking a Stella Artois, which goes down smooth like this movie.
Does this movie go down smooth?
It does. It's not supposed to.
No,
it's not supposed to.
Yes, I agree, Maeve.
The first half does, but yeah, she's got some thoughts. Hey, Maeve.
So, yes, Full Metal Jacket from the year 1987. Screenplay by Stanley Kubrick. Say it, Chris.
Kubrick. Just spell it with O-O. K-O-O.
Michael Herr, I want to say, and based on the novel. Oh, and Gustav Hasford, based on the novel by Gustav Hasford, whatever.
Yeah,
directed by Stanley Kubrick, starring Matthew Modine, really Arlie Army for a bit, Vincent D'Onofrio for a bit, and then Adam Baldwin kind of takes over the majority of at least known faces. There are a bunch of recognizable faces, including Christian Shepherd from Lost, and the older version of the star of Sandlot. He's the one at the end. He's like, he's stealing home. Remember Dave Sandlot?
Yeah.
That's a cowboy. Yep. This
Right.
Yes, this film not a huge hit. It does have a Rotten Tomato score of 90% and an audience score of 94%, a cinema score of B plus, a Metacritic score of 78, but on a budget of 30 million, which seems kind of low when I see everything on the screen, especially the second half. It only had a box office of 46.4 million, making it the 23rd highest grossing film of 1987. I think it was only in the theaters for a few weeks, like wide release, but it was nominated for one Oscar at the 1988 Academy Awards, nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, but it lost to The Last Emperor. It's always weird when you see the movies that win the Oscars, and they're for movies that
There's so many forgotten.
like they're forgotten. Like I remember that title, but it's not a movie that kind of resonates to this day.
Everybody, way more people know Full Metal Jacket.
Exactly.
Except Dave, apparently.
Well, and me, because I'm going to tell you right now, I remember everything up into, what do you get for $10? And I remember going, oh my God, Two Live Crew stole that.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing. And I don't know if I've seen, I was 11 years old when this came out. You'd think I would have watched it since then, but no.
The 2-hour movie, that's legit two separate movies in my mind. 100%.
Yeah, that's what most people say. Like I don't know if I
would have thought it was 2.5 hours.
I saw a quote from Billy Wilder. He said it would have been the best movie he's ever seen if it ended after the first act. Now, I've seen which other compelling arguments that call it 3 movies, that call it the first act, the basic training,
the private pile
leading
section.
up to the private pile, basically taking these boys and dehumanizing them, which is again a lot of, I don't know why I said again because I haven't said it before, but a lot of the reason I think it wasn't a huge hit is people watch Platoon, which has a bunch of stars and it's got a fun story.
A fun story?
What other Platoon? No, I'm saying entertaining.
Good, because I had a question.
You'll have fun at the movies. No, Platoon has
So Platoon has a story.
Platoon has an amazing story. What other Vietnam movie was around this time before that I'm thinking?
I was just talking about Casualties of War with Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, that was before. What was that, Dave?
Hamburger Hill was another one of that.
Yeah, I think that came out after. So those had more stories, but some of those were, more. I wouldn't say entertaining. I guess I would say entertaining. With Platoon, but people like, this is obviously anti-war, right? Kubrick does, shows the dehumanization of these boys, and the second part, which some people think there's a third part after the tank gets hit, and then you see the very end, basically when the squad leaders start dying.
Yeah,
you see the real ugliness.
I was just waiting.
But I think I've always thought of it as 2 separate parts. Yeah. And what were you waiting for, Michael?
I was waiting for every single one of them to run out and slow motion, get shot. It was almost comical to me.
The blood
fact that they did it in slow motion.
Yeah,
the blood was very fake.
So
did it not?
I don't know. I mean, it looked fake.
The slow motion. Look at
the slow motion, didn't it?
This is what I'll say. This movie, for me, was really like, it's very symbolic of how that war was looked at. Like, it was looked at a war of just like, there was no meaning to it. It was a war of just utter violence and death, and made no sense.
Yeah. Unnecessary, and that's what I think Kubrick definitely didn't want. Like I said, it wasn't his great story.
No room.
He just wanted you to experience. It was more of a feeling. He wanted to show you the awfulness of war. Like, there's nobody likable, right? It just even their conversations are not entertaining. And even Joker's not funny.
No,
he's the most person you sympathize, but Joker's John
doesn't really
Wayne,
have.
and it's just it's not like charismatic. It's
the only character
it's more
arc is
compelling.
Kyle.
Everything's compelling. Yes, Kyle's mind is there's nobody likable, and even, but I've always it was, I think I remember first seeing, I used to watch Siskel and Ebert at the movies. You watch, and they always show a clip, and they showed the clip of Sergeant Hartman talking about Marine snipers.
Do any of you people know who Charles Whitman was? None of you dumbasses knows. Private Cowboy.
Sir, he was that guy who shot all those people from that tower in Austin, Texas, sir.
That's affirmative. Charles Whitman killed 12 people from a 28-story observation tower at the University of Texas, from distances of up to 400 yards. Anybody know who Lee Harvey Oswald was? Private Snowball.
Sir, he shot Kennedy, sir.
That's right. And do you know how far away he was?
Sir, it was pretty far from that book suppository building, sir.
All right, knock it off. 250 feet. He was 250 feet away and shooting at a moving target. Oswald got off 3 rounds with an old Italian bolt-action rifle in only 6 seconds and scored 2 hits, including a headshot. Do any of you people know where these individuals learned how to shoot? Private Joker.
Sir, in the Marines, sir!
In the Marines, outstanding. Those individuals showed what one motivated Marine and his rifle can do. And before you ladies leave my island, you will all be able to do the same thing.
And I was like, what the hell is this movie? And then you'd be like, who? There's nobody famous, which is what Kubrick wanted. There's not like any stars in this. And then I remember watching it on cable, and just, it was heavy in the rotation because of the first half. I mean, Sergeant Hartman was so compelling, and
he carried the whole thing. He carried that. Yeah,
he did. So he was hired as a technical advisor.
That's right? I remember. Yeah, seeing.
And he did want the part, and Kubrick just loved him. Kubrick was so impressed by him that Kubrick is famous for taking 1 million different takes. Right. That's why a lot of actors hated working with him.
Pretty well known, even with the Shining, right? The way
the Shining, and and also Eyes Wide Shut, which I'm sure Mikey's never seen.
I've seen clips.
They make that movie live.
Yes, David. Yes.
So
David knows about our.
I'm sorry, Mike. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The way off point, but my point was that he was so impressed with Ermey that I guess every one of his scenes took only a couple takes.
That's awesome.
Which was so rare, except the jelly donut scene, which I still quote.
Jesus H. Christ. Private Pyle, why is your footlocker unlocked?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Private Pyle, if there is one thing in this world that I hate, it is an unlocked footlocker. You know that, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
If it wasn't for dickheads like you, there wouldn't be any thievery in this world, would there?
Sir, no, sir.
Get down! Well, now, let's just see if there's anything missing. Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pyle?
Sir, jelly donut, sir.
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes, sir.
How did it get here?
Sir, I took it from the mess hall, sir.
Is chow allowed in the barracks, Private Pyle?
Sir, no, sir.
Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts, Private Pyle?
Sir, no, sir.
And why not, Private Pyle?
Sir, because I'm too heavy, sir.
Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pyle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Then why did you hide a jelly donut in your footlocker, Private Pyle?
Sir, because I was hungry, sir.
Because you were hungry. Private Pyle has dishonored himself and dishonored the platoon. I have tried to help him, but I have failed. I have failed because you have not helped me. people have not given Private Pyle the proper motivation. So, from now on, whenever Private Pyle fucks up, I will not punish him. I will punish all of you. And the way I see it, ladies, you owe me for one jelly donut. Now get on your faces. Open your mouth. They're paying for it. You eat it. Ready? Exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love Green.
I could just honestly listen to Sergeant Hartman scream. Such a psychopath that somehow still entertains me. Like when I first watched, I hadn't seen this in years. And I mostly, I'm like you, Mikey, where I remembered the second half, especially the very end, but I didn't remember it specifically. I've always just remembered and quoted the first half.
Yeah.
It's, but the second half, like I described to you, I was just so impressed this time, being a movie nerd now, with the direction of it. And it was like an unpleasant masterpiece is what it's just so well directed. The sound, so there was barely any score in the first half, except until Pyle, couple Pyle scenes when they beat Pyle, and then when at the end. But then, at the very end, he's basically, Kubrick uses like a horror movie score. It's like The Shining score a couple times.
Well, it is a horror movie. I mean, even look at the helicopter.
It is, of course. Yeah. Oh my God, it's just
like,
terrible.
Why should I write a story about you? Because what do you call himself?
Anyone who runs is a VC. Anyone who stands still is a well-disciplined VC. You guys ought to do a story about me sometime.
Why should we do a story about you?
Because I'm so fucking good. That ain't no shit neither. I've done got me 157 dead gooks killed. And 50 water buffaloes too. Them are all certified.
Any women or children?
Sometimes.
How can you shoot women and children?
Easy. You just don't lead them so much. Ain't war hell?
I'm the best or whatever.
I'm the best, yeah. And then he said, how can you shoot women and children?
Yeah.
You just don't lead them as much.
Yeah, I was like, I could easily never watch that second half again and not care.
Yeah,
like, I don't. I could watch, but you were talking about like being impressed. I was impressed on the scale of things, considering this is 1987. There's no digital effects. Everything is there. These giant structures on fire and all this stuff going on. And I was, joking about the slow motion deaths. To me, the deaths that hit more were the ones that was quick and the guy just fell over. There was no drama.
Yeah. I agree. Right. That was probably the worst. I hadn't thought of it. I don't know if the blood was.
No, but it was more the slow of, and the guy's like, I'm gonna go now. And then he goes and gets it.
It was raw. It was, he's probably just showing the brutality.
But it was brutal, with when they finally got to the sniper. That was brutal.
Yes, it was also brutal. You know what? Let me go through the plot real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through the specific scenes. All right. Let me do my Seinfeld glasses thing. During the Vietnam War, a group of Marine recruits arrived for basic training at Parris Island. Drill instructor Gunnery Sergeant Hartman uses harsh methods to train them.
I am Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that?
Sir, yes, sir.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
Sir, yes, sir.
If you ladies leave my island, if you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit.
Among the recruits, J.T. Davis, he calls Joker. Leonard Lawrence, he calls Gomer Pyle. After Hartman discovers a donut Pyle stole, he punishes the rest of the platoon, which causes them to beat him with towels containing bars of soap.
Do it! Do it!
I forget what that's called.
Fun.
Pyle then, there is a name for it. Pyle then seems to excel. Joker thinks he's having a mental breakdown. After graduation, Joker finds Pyle with a loaded service rifle. Hartman tries to stop him, but Pyle ends up killing him and committing suicide. By 1968, Joker is a sergeant and based in Da Nang for the newspaper Stars and Stripes, along with colleague nicknamed Rafterman, a photographer.
Hey, baby! You got girlfriend, Vietnam? Not just this minute. Yeah. Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time. You party? Yeah, we might party. How much? $15? $15 for both of us. No, each you $15. Me love you long time. Me so horny. $15 too beaucoup. $5 each. Me sucky. Me love you too much. $5 is all my mom allows me to spend. Okay, $10 each. What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
Two of them are sent to Phu Bai, where Joker finds his friend Cowboy. I really made this plot quick, huh? Who he knows from Paris Island. After the platoon leaders are killed, Cowboy's in command. They subsequently get lost, are ambushed by a sniper with a couple of members getting killed before Cowboy's then killed also. Squad machine gunner Animal Mother leads an attack on the sniper. Joker then finds the sniper where his M16 jams, but Rafterman shoots and fatally wounds the sniper, which turns out to be a teenage girl. She begs for a mercy killing, but Animal Mother says Joker needs to do it, which he does after some hesitation. The Marines return to camp singing the Mickey Mouse March.
M-I-C-K-E-Y, M-O-U-S-E, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Forever let us hold our banner high, 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 high. Boys and girls from far and near, you're welcome as can be. M-I-C-K-E-Y, M-O-U-S-E.
Which is something else, right?
That, yeah,
I mean,
that Mickey Mouse.
This whole movie is very. It's just a symbolic movie. That's all there is to it. It's just.
Of course it is.
Very much so.
It goes back to them being pretty much children hot, probably, right? Going into a war they didn't necessarily want to go.
Basically making these children into killers.
Yeah, look at even like Joker, who has the friggin' piece.
Oh, that's iconic, right? It's
born to kill.
Marine, what is that button on your body armor?
A peace symbol, sir.
Where'd you get it?
I don't remember, sir.
What is that you've got written on your helmet?
Born to kill, sir.
You write born to kill on your helmet and you wear a peace button. What's that supposed to be? Some kind of sick joke?
No, sir.
What is it supposed to mean?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know very much, do you?
No, sir.
You better get your head and your ass wired together or I will take a giant shit on you.
Yes, sir.
Now answer my question or you'll be standing tall before the man.
I think I was trying to suggest something about the duality of man, sir.
The what?
The duality of man, the Jungian thing, sir.
Whose side are you on, son?
Our side, sir.
Don't you love your country?
Yes, sir.
Then how about getting with the program? Why don't you jump on the team and come on in for the big win?
Yes, sir.
Right. It's pretty great. I mean, not that it's pretty great. It's pretty, just seeing that logo
juxtaposition
makes me like, yeah. And then he even is like duality of man.
And I guess that's why I can't really I don't hate the movie.
Well, that's amazing.
I don't think it's meant to be pleasurable. That's what I don't think it was.
Well, I said the second half. The second half was like I said, it's not meant to be. The first half, I've quote over and over again. Sergeant Hartman is just
completely
is so compelling, funny, but he's also like
you hate him, but you also are chuckling along with him, like you're enjoying.
He's definitely a monster. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's what this job is. His job is to get these kids ready to go into a brutal war. That's his job.
To hell, yeah.
I mean, so
it is his job, but it is dehumanizes them.
Kyle looks like Mikey, just so you know. And Joker looks like Don Correa.
That's the problem.
D'Onofrio does a great job.
Not see the two of them in that movie when I was watching it. I couldn't help it.
It was kind of hard when he said that to me, and I couldn't quite disagree. I mean, if one of us looks like Matthew Modine, it'd be my brother, and if one of us looks like Pyle,
he does look
unfortunately,
like stretched out, slightly stretched Matthew Modine.
Right?
Now, here's the crazy thing: like this movie nowadays, now we're looking back, wow, the Vietnam War. Even then, a movie about the Vietnam War. But think about '87, like that'd be today. The Gulf, Afghanistan wars. I mean, it's not. It feels long ago, but imagine like being a vet then and seeing these movies coming out. Must be wild.
Exactly. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I saw a quote from Matthew Modine saying Lou Gossett Jr. winning the Oscar ruined it for.
Oh, for Officer and a Gentleman?
Incredible, yes. Which he was good, but I always hold a grudge against it now because I'm like, I don't care if Hartman was. I mean, if Ermey was a real drill sergeant, I don't care if he's still a character in this movie, and he's the most compelling, amazing drill instructor you've ever seen.
If you think about this movie, it's him first, top, always.
Him quoting. Yep. What's your name, scumbag?
What's your major malfunction? Was that? I've heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, did he originate Major Malfunction? Or I don't even know. There's so many.
I think so.
Lines from that. Fat body.
How about when Joker makes his original joke? Right. He does his introduction. He's yelling at the people. He's insulting Snowball, and then Joker does his John Wayne impression. Not too funny. And he runs over and finally he says it's him. You. Punches him and you little scumbag.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian, Private Joker. I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. You little scumbag. I got your name. I got your ass. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up. Get on your feet. You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and shut down your neck.
And then he has him do his war face. Is that? And you don't scare me. Work on it. But so many, what's your excuse? He says to Cowboy.
What's your excuse?
Sir, excuse for what, sir?
I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you shook up? Are you nervous?
Sir, I am, sir.
Do I make you nervous?
Sir.
Sir, what? Are you about to call me an asshole?
Sir, no, sir.
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 5'9", sir.
5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
And of course, the first exchange with Pyle, and Pyle can't stop smiling.
Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
I bet they regret that. You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. What's your name, fat body?
Sir, Leonard Lawrence, sir.
Lawrence what, of Arabia?
Sir, no, sir.
That name sounds like royalty. Are you royalty?
Sir, no, sir.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Sir, no, sir.
I don't like the name Lawrence. Only faggots and sailors are called Lawrence. From now on, you're Gomer Pyle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you think I'm cute, Private Pyle? Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, any fucking time, sweetheart.
Sir, I'm trying, sir.
Private Pyle, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Exactly 3 fucking seconds to wipe that stupid-looking grin off your face, or I will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you. 1, 2, 3.
Sir, I can't help it, sir.
Bullshit! Get on your knees, scumbag!
Until he makes him choke himself.
Really, Pyle was doing better. He was like you thought that was going to be the story, No, he was.
right.
You could see him. He was doing the obstacles.
Well, he didn't.
He was
Yep.
nailing the guns. He was running a little better. You thought all that was going to happen.
He
and
was
then,
working a little, exactly.
and you
And then
think
he
that's and
had
then
the
jelly
jelly
donut
donut part.
and that everything went down from there. Goddamn,
I love
beautiful
the
donut.
It's just so like hard to watch, but like when he's really smacking him, obviously, when Pyle is accidentally doesn't know his left from his right, and he's like, what side is that? Really whacks him, and then he knocks his hat off, which wasn't supposed to be in the script.
Oh, really?
So I guess he did. I guess he picked it up right away, D'Onofrio, and then they made him do it again. But he yelled, "Don't pick that up" or something. So.
Did you feel bad for Pyle backing the shit out of him with the soap?
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
You didn't?
I mean,
I think the saddest part of that was when he looked at like Matthew Modine and like it was like you too, like that.
you're the only one who likes me, and he gave him like 3 good shots.
Yeah.
So
you think Joker's going to be
agree.
better? You think he's going to be the conscience, and he's not.
Right. And he thought about it, and then he's like.
But even for the rest of the movie, you think he's going to be this way, and the heaviness of the girl sniper. He does the shot. He has this look on his face like I don't know if he really loved doing it. 2 seconds later, they're singing Mickey Mouse. He's got this big smile on his face, and
he's got the 1,000-yard stare. He kind of maybe that they were talking about. You can recognize someone who's been in Vietnam. They have the 1,000-yard stare. But yeah, no, Joker is. Obviously he wrestles with the fact that he really is, the duality of man. You know what I mean? And then like he's really asking that guy, you kill women and children. So I mean, I think he has somewhat of a problem.
And then
he
really
doesn't want to. Yeah, he doesn't really want to. But actually, that's the right thing to do.
No,
he kills the kid because otherwise you'd be leaving. Mother animal wanted. Is it animal mother or mother? Mother animal wanted. Animal mother.
Yeah.
Wanted her to just rot and have the rats get to her.
I mean, with this like, I don't know. When you look at all the different things, like all the movies we've done historically, Saving Private Ryan, with all the other military movies we might have done, like or we're going to do, I think this one is the most senseless of all of the. Like honestly, all the wars that we've been a part of, senseless.
Oh, that's what they.
The fact is,
you're saying Vietnam War was.
That's how they look at the Vietnam War too, isn't it?
Consensus.
I mean, Oh, go on.
None of the people that were even in that war. I mean, this is what this movie's about. You can talk about the movie all you want, but it's really just about the fact that this was an insane war. It made no sense, and I think that's why this movie made no sense either, because it really didn't make sense. The movie, when you watch it, does not make sense. You watch the beginning, which is okay about some characters, right? And then they leave.
I hear what you're saying, but like I said, the point was not to tell like a story, more so.
The horror
brutality of that war.
I think he does a effective job doing exactly
right. It's like Saving Private Ryan shows the war through a story. Mm-hmm. This one just shows the war.
Like a partially true story, and it's amazing. But some of those are like some of those. A lot of movies are not pro-war, showing the horrors of it, but they are a little bit.
There's a brotherhood kind of thing. Yeah,
there's still a like kicking some ass.
I love the
against the Nazis.
The scene in the newsroom where the guy Christian Shepherd from Lost is talking about we got to reword this to make it because it sounds like we're losing. We have to change it. We have to
It was so like you said. It was 86. You know what I mean? This is
when they're filming,
10 years,
right? Yeah.
18 years after that year that's happening, but it was just so fresh compared to.
Born on the 4th of July. There's another one of those movies. I don't know if that was any good, but there was another Vietnam War movie.
It was a great performance. It's
Forrest Gump. There's another Vietnam War movie. Sorry.
Well, The Deer Hunter, obviously, and Apocalypse Now. Two of the greatest, especially Apocalypse Now.
Vietnam movie. I don't know why we haven't done that.
I think I've seen that. Actually,
it is
too.
It is.
We
will. We probably will at some point. Maybe we will on Veterans Day.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh wait, this is for Memorial
Memorial
Day,
Day,
obviously.
yeah, we
Mikey,
just-
did you mention that we are recording on Memorial Day?
Sure. We'll just say we are. It's
So-
absolutely Memorial Day.
I like the part when Joker says he doesn't believe
hope
in
the Celtics win
Virgin
tonight.
Mary. Yes, I know.
yeah.
I mean, when he doesn't believe in the Virgin Mary,
Oh,
you
yeah.
scumbag! He gets so mad.
Private Cowboy, Private Joker.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
As soon as you finish your bunks, I want you two turds to clean the head.
Sir, aye, sir.
I want that head so sanitary and squared away that the Virgin Mary herself would be proud to go in there and take a dump.
Sir, yes, sir.
Private Joker, do you believe in the Virgin Mary?
Sir, no, sir.
Well, Private Joker, I don't believe I heard you correctly.
Sir, the private said no, sir, sir.
Well, you little maggot, you make me want to vomit. You goddamn communist heathen, you had best sound off that you love the Virgin Mary, or I'm gonna stomp your guts out. Now, you do love the Virgin Mary, don't you?
Sir, negative, sir.
Private Joker, are you trying to offend me?
Sir, negative, sir. Sir, the private believes that any answer he gives will be wrong, and the senior drill instructor will beat him harder if he reverses himself, sir.
Who's your squad leader, scumbag?
Sir, the private squad leader is Private Snowball, sir.
Private Snowball.
Sir, Private Snowball reporting his orders, sir.
Private Snowball, you're fired. Private Joker is promoted to squad leader.
Sir, aye, aye, sir.
Disappear, scumbag.
Sir, aye, aye, sir.
Private Pyle.
Sir, Private Pyle reporting his orders, sir.
Private Pyle, from now on, Private Joker is your new squad leader, and you will bunk with him. He'll teach you everything. He'll teach you how to pee.
Sir, yes, sir.
Private Joker is silly and he's ignorant, but he's got guts, and guts is enough. Now you ladies carry on.
Sir, aye, sir.
And he's like, I don't know what to say.
No freedom of religion here.
Yeah.
And that's when he says whatever answers I'll give will be wrong, and that's when he promotes him to squad leader. And that's how he has Joker whipping Pyle into
He's
shape.
teaching him. He's
But
like,
I love
"This is how you
love
do
some of the
things."
chants, but some of them
the
are
chants
like
were
so
classic.
disturbing.
This is my rifle, this is my gun.
This is for fighting, this is for fun.
This is my rifle, this is my gun.
This is for fun.
Too, this is my, this
There's
is
a
my,
lot of disturbing
this is my
language
assault
thrown.
rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say there's a
Bandied
lot
about.
of
Adam
bandied
Baldwin
about
says
it.
a line,
Eskimo
after-
pussy's mighty good.
After he goes off with the prostitute, he says a line to one of the African American men that seems a little
Oh,
harsh.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not going to play that
Yes.
clip.
Yes. No, you're gonna play a lot of Hartman clips though. A lot of them. Especially the jelly donut. Holy Jesus, what the fuck is that? Sorry, I'm not.
But his whole career, I mean, he wasn't just doing those movies, but that kind of just, kickstarted, because he didn't do much before that. You said technical advisor. He had a bit and little here.
Oh,
and
you're
there
talking about
for
Ermi.
Arlie Army, yeah.
He was in
Arlie
Toy
Army.
Story. All the Toy Stories.
Right, and who was he playing? He was basically playing the voice of that character. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. But he played more than he played the parents in
He was in we just saw him in
Dead Man Walking.
Seven. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's very, somewhat a different character.
Yep. Oh, Dead Man
Um,
Walking. He was in that. I don't
He was a
remember that.
parent of one of the murdered kids. I think.
He was in Saving
Sorry.
Silverman.
Was he really? That's funny. But yeah, it was
Him and Jack Black fall in love, I think, at the end.
like you said, a horror movie in a sense. It really is Shining-esque. Some of those when they show the bodies in the
Ooh, that's
with the lime on them, and then the end when they're when you see the teenage
that was the most
sniper.
disturbing because the girl's praying and then with the sniper, the girl's praying, and then it's slowly you realize you can understand what she's saying, and she's saying, shoot me, and it's like, oh
Well,
Yeah.
she's saying to them after she prayed.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying
Yes,
like
he
it
said-
just kind of shifted very
Yeah.
subtly. She just started saying that.
There was some great camera shots in that second half too. Like the when 8-Ball is running away from them.
It's
he's
showing
running
from
into
afar.
towards the
and
he's
you
running
see it through the
towards-
eyes of the
and then you see it from the eyes of the sniper.
Yep.
It was like rough.
Like they're moving into the sniper's way. Cowboy, no.
Yeah, and then you're like, Cowboy, don't get pressured into going, after the two guys
Well,
died.
Alec Baldwin was right. Alec Baldwin was right. There was only one person there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's great. And it wasn't Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah,
who was there? It was
well,
only
Alec
one person,
Baldwin,
but it definitely
was that Billy Baldwin.
it was
Baldwin?
Steven.
Adam. What is it? Whatever the guy's name
It was
is.
Steven. By the way, when are we doing My Bodyguard?
I would fucking love that movie. I would love to.
Yeah, to me,
more fun than this. But
to
again,
Dave, he's from Chuck. To me, he's from DC Cab. You know,
I don't even know. Yeah.
Mikey, stop pretending you watched movies that were risky when you were a kid.
We watched DC
Risky.
Cab tremendous,
Yeah.
amount of times. We watched. My brother and I
I
still
don't even know
quote
what
it
that
to
movie
this
is.
day. Joel Schumacher.
Like I said,
Mr.
must have
T.
been one of those feel-good
so
80s
good.
movies when
It's not feel good at all. Not
Dave and
feel
I
good at
were,
all. It's a hard R.
As Dave said, our lives were being ripped.
You know, I'm going to
apart.
make you guys watch
Mikey.
DC Cab.
Mikey was watching. Mikey and Sean was singing the Mickey Mouse.
No, I mean, yes,
theme
but
song. They
DC
were
Cab is a
watching-
good rated R
Saving-
movie.
As their parents
Was
were
it?
tucking,
Yes.
both parents were tucking them into bed at 13.
Hey,
We'll be in the other room playing 45s.
I had night terrors. They tucked me in while Dave was sleeping over. He's on the floor going, "What's going on?" Just don't worry, this is our ritual. Night huggies.
Yeah,
gross. Good stuff. But I think a masterpiece. I can't wait to hear the many clips of Sergeant Hartman.
Yes, that is the masterpiece. I think, yeah, technical masterpiece.
I'm glad we did
Definitely has a point.
Shut up. We didn't talk about we did talk about the best part of the movie, but like
You didn't talk about it.
A pile in front of us.
The what? Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
earbuds,
he had
dickhead.
a screw loose as it was.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had a screw loose to begin with.
They should be reporting him. He's not right, and he never did. Just like what goes on today. No one reports these things, and
Yeah.
crazy.
Joker
So-
heard him talking to him to his weapon.
Yeah.
And those guys did those climbing the walls and stuff. They were actually doing that shit too. I thought that was impressive.
The camera
sorry.
angle on Pyle at the end when he was in the latrine, and
Yeah.
he looks up at that face. That is a
I am in
fucking.
a world of shit.
That is a horror movie. That's a scene out of a horror movie.
I always dread that part too.
I know it's coming, and exactly, I'm like, oh god.
Leonard, if Hartman comes in here and catches us, we'll both be in a world of shit. I am in a world of shit.
Left shoulder, huh! Right shoulder, huh! Lock and load. Order, huh! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life.
Get back in your bunks! What is this Mickey Mouse shit? What in the name of Jesus H. Christ are you animals doing in my head? Why is Private Pyle out of his bunk after lights out? Why is Private Pyle holding that weapon? Why aren't you stomping Private Pyle's guts out?
Sir, it is the private's duty to inform the senior drill instructor that Private Pyle has a full magazine and is locked and loaded, sir!
Now you listen to me, Private Pyle, and you listen good. I want that weapon, and I want it now. You will place that rifle on the deck at your feet and step back away from it.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Didn't Mommy and Daddy show you enough attention when you were a child?
easy, Leonard. Go easy, man.
Matthew Modine is great in that part too, right?
Yeah.
Like the look on his face is just like, I'm fucked if it's up to this guy, and like this guy has my life in his hands, and he's fucking obviously certifiable. But yeah, it was.
I don't love the theatrics of it, but I like the movie and how he portrays the story. I think that's how you gotta really
So
look
you
at the movie.
You give Mr. Kubrick a thumbs up? That's how admirable.
I do.
This was his first movie since The Shining, too. You'd think like, oh, Kubrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after this was what? That's it. Then
Not Till Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I
He's
gotta
dead.
rewatch.
What's that, David?
One of the masters.
Yes, and then he's dead. Speaking of masters, I don't know if you have any other thoughts you want to say about this film.
Don't. Glad we
David,
did this.
Any other thoughts you'd like to say about Full Metal Jacket?
No.
Cool. That's why we pay him the big bucks. Speaking of masters, now next time, and as we seem to do in June, which really helps me with time, we always like to do a foreign language film, which means, of course, no clips, a lot less editing, and easier for me to get this show up because unlike Chris, who does all the the prep work, and unlike me, who does all the editing, Dave just shows up with his phone barely. In fact, he's using his phone right now. I can see him clicking on apps while he's talking to us. He's not paying attention. But speaking of masters, we're going back to the land of Mads Mikkelsen, and we're going to be watching
my man
2023, the film, the English titled version, The Promised Land. But what is it called, Dave, Chris, in its native tongue?
It's called Bastarden. Bastarden, which is a much better name in Danish, I guess it would.
That's David's new nickname, Bastarden.
Yeah, and yes,
I'm looking forward to seeing that film. I've never seen that one before. It's fairly new.
Been thinking about time ever since I've seen it.
Looks like it looks like another big epic war film. Am I correct?
It really is. Not a war film, but it's an epic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm looking forward.
It takes place in the 1700s, so it's an 18th century epic film, which is fantastic.
And we get to read it. I love it.
How come he couldn't really fix the Harry Potter movies?
He tried. It wasn't his fault.
No.
He's great in everything.
I still want to watch Hannibal. He's supposed to be great in that TV show.
I do too.
It looks like a season or two. But David looks like he's either walking, he's in his backyard. Listen, you can find David in his backyard. You can find us on Twitter at @fine_movies, on Instagram and Threads at Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. David, what are you doing right now?
I'm just throwing some shit in the trash, Mikey.
Now listen how good he sounds there. If you just got some earbuds, something, I think
he should do this.
It would
pod by
it would
the
sound
trash.
better. Yeah, I think you get the best signal by the
when it
trash.
ends, just jump right in.
Oh, Christopher, any parting words from you?
No parting words. I was gonna just quote Sergeant Hartman, but you can fill. I didn't. None came to mind. I'm excited. Excited for movie month.
Yes, I'm excited for movie month
I'm
too. I'm excited to do a foreign language film during movie month. That makes this easier.
So,
now, you people listening to this, it already is movie month.
What's your first movie? Why don't you promote it?
I will be doing the 2023 film Oppenheimer. That is my first film coming out. Well, by the time you hear this, it's already out. Go to fansnotexperts.com. You can find every episode of Movie
Have you
Month there.
watched it yet?
That's not how
You haven't. Have you heard how Movie Month works?
I watch a movie every day that I've never seen before on that day.
He doesn't
So
pretend.
I will
to
watch it on Saturday. I don't pretend to watch it. I don't watch Gone Girl.
You waste 30 days of just watching movies.
Fucking, where have you been for the last 11 years?
What a waste.
I don't waste it. It's a couple hours out of the day. How many days in a row have you watched?
And the pods are much shorter. When he does them by himself,
I talk
except
for
the
15
ones
minutes.
that he
There's
has
no
guests.
editing. There's very little prep. You know, I could be spending every day
Sometimes
watching
has
the
guests.
Nolan Ryan documentary, but I'm not. I'm watching movies.
Mikey, you trying to get Chris on your side? I watched the Nolan documentary last year. Maybe I'll watch it again tonight. But
Good.
Did
Go
they
do that.
edit out the? Did they edit out the N-word?
He doesn't say him.
Don't throw yourself in the trash.
He's a fine gentleman.
Say goodbye, David.
Fuck off, Mikey. I want to punch you right in the face.
We talk about great movies while drinking. We talk about great movies while drinking. Yeah, we talk about great movies while drinking. And we feel fine.
What's your favorite nut?
The left one. Come on, that was pretty good.
Low-hanging fruit.
Thank you.
Okay,
David, I would say the good old fashioned peanut.
Macadamia.
No.
I love peanuts. I love peanuts. I just can't stand a cashew.
Really?
Oh, fuck cashews. Now I got Mel and Pat playing 45s with their friends on the other side of this door at the end of my hall.
Oh, man. Really? I miss 45s. Obviously, strip 45s.
Oh, yeah, please. Yes.
Oh.
Any chance Mel
Well,
can take to show off that hog?
Fat non experts.